Greetings, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this wonderful Saturday. I know I sure am. Outside might be that warm, but it's got to be t-shirt to be outside. Another good day spent outside. We're getting ready for the garden, so I thought I'd bring you up to speed. I did a video a few weeks ago just on updating our gardens and what we are planning on doing. So I thought I'd bring you along just to show you some progress, because we're getting pretty excited to get this garden going this year. You know, it's been a long winter. We've all been on the YouTube University studying our gardens, what we're going to do, what we're going to add. So I think all we need now is some really warm weather to get things planted and get things going, and hopefully all the knowledge we've gained over the winter we can apply here this spring and see what kind of harvest we can do for the fall. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm really getting addicted to this gardening, thanks to my good friend Dan Vachon. As I said to you in my earlier video, Dan, this is all your fault. Now we're really increasing the size of the garden. And let me show you what we've done so far. So let me turn the camera around. Hold on. All right, so I'll just back up a little bit. As you come into the garden, in our previous videos, I had 3 large raised garden beds. They were 8 feet long, 4 feet wide, and about 40 inches tall. And they're running the opposite direction, obviously, of these ones. We put 4 in its place, and they're lower. And we can now get wheelbarrows around them. We can work around them, whereas before we just kind of plunked them down and we were kind of stuck. We couldn't get nothing around them. So again, we're planning ahead. We're getting more experienced in this gardening as we go along each season. But yeah, we got things not quite ready to go into these, because again, we're waiting for the weather to warm up just a little bit more. And we're going to be adding soil to these raised beds. We've got some proper compost, peat moss. We're going to be putting in Pro Mix soil. And over here, the wife has got planned, we're going to be putting potatoes in these ones. These 3 little raised beds here. This will be our potato kind of growing area. And there's the boss over there. That's the one that controls all the decisions here in the garden shed. Yeah, so anyways, over here, all these raised beds we've built, these are still in great shape, so we're not going to do anything with them just yet. We'll give them a couple more years. There's no rot of any kind. So we'll continue growing our vegetables and beans and stuff over here, the crawlers. The garlic is already starting to sprout, so that's pretty exciting. I think Lee's got 54 bulbs of garlic planted there. And our strawberries, this is our strawberry patch. They've already started, but we added them some soil this morning, so we've brought that up. And just let me go outside the garden area here, and I'm going to show you what our plans are out here. We're going to try our hand this year at some blueberries. We had the soil tested. We sent it in for some testing. And being clay soil out here, we really have to lower the alkaline, so the soil here is more acidic. We've learned that. So we've bought all these small diameter beds. So we've already purchased our plants. We got 12 in total. We have 10 of these raised beds. We'll get a couple of more. But before I do anything out here, for those of you that do grow blueberries, I'm considering, I guess it's going to be imperative I put up, but I'm going to have to put some sort of electrified fence, because living out here in the country, we have regular visits by our deer, and they will chew these before they even get a chance to grow. So before we plant any plants in here, we're going to put an electric fence around these, just to give us some sort of protection and give the plants a chance to grow. And here we have our Gala apple trees and Cortlands, I believe. And if you can see by the, I got to give these a trimming, but the deer have enjoyed all winter. They've all been chewed down. So we'll get these all clipped. And I'm going to go out and get some wire fencing to protect these apple trees as well. So this is our plans for out here. This is going to be our berry patch. We'll have some raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries growing in this area. So it'll be fence. And just in the stages of thinking on attempting to become a beekeeper. It's always been an interest of mine. I don't know why. I just find it very soothing. And there's a lot of beekeepers in the area, and I was even thinking just, within the electrified fence area, this whole area here, I could probably put just a couple of hives, put them in closer to the back of the property line there, but incorporate them within the electric fence, and we'll see. So I'm kind of listening to some of the local beekeepers, talking to them. I'll be visiting some hives next weekend just to talk to a local beekeeper as to how he started and what he started with, and just some basic equipment just to get us going. But yeah, it's getting pretty exciting. I'm really starting to enjoy this, and it's becoming a very relaxing retirement hobby that we can add to our daily routine here this coming summer. Now, again, we had a super hot summer last year. Water was an issue. Well, it wasn't. We have a really good well, but we don't want to stress the well. So having the pond dug just over there, I don't know if you can see it, but the pond is just there. So I went out and got those IBC totes in a cage. So we're going to get 2 of them, fill them up. We'll have one out here so we always have water available to water the plants without relying on our well this year, depending on what kind of summer we get. It may rain a lot, we don't know, but yeah. So that's what we plan for out here. Pretty exciting. Each year we seem to add to this garden. It gets bigger and bigger, and our experience is growing slightly, but for anyone that does have an electric fence around their vegetable gardens, their, the blueberry patches, whatever, if you could drop me a comment, I'd really appreciate it as to what type that you are using. I know we do have bear. They visit once in a while here because we are out in the country. We're in 50 acres and all surrounded around us is all farmland. So I know you have to get a fence that will be strong enough that the bear do happen to visit. It'll give them a wake-up call and deter them from coming in as well. So I'd appreciate any feedback anybody would have on a good electric fence type to install here. All right, and before I kind of let you go for the day, I'm just going to take you into our greenhouse that we've kind of started. This is our hideaway. We come in when it's kind of cool. We come in here where it's super warm. And the temperature right now says it's 76 Fahrenheit. And that's enjoyable. Anyways, these are the blueberry plants I went and picked up off of a local grower here a few weekends ago. We got Dukes and Northland blueberry bushes, and they're already starting to bud. They're in this greenhouse. We're going to keep them in here. We do get cold nights, so we're going to keep them in here where it's nice and warm. And once the weather's in our favor to grow and not worry about frost, we'll get them in the ground. And that's the importance of getting that electric fence up as soon as we can. These are the berries that we had last year. And again, not knowing the proper soil content or the type of soil needed for blueberries, we planted these, and as you can see, they're kind of struggling. But we've got them back into a good low acidic type soil, and we'll see if we can recover these and get them growing with the rest of them, and that'll give us a total of 12 blueberry bushes. So that should be good for the 2 of us. My wife Lee started growing these apple trees last fall, I believe, and they've really survived the winter okay. So we're gonna let them stay in the greenhouse so they got a really good healthy start, and then we'll get them in the ground probably in the summertime. And this will be our nursery. So we'll start out here, we'll get them growing, protect them from the high winds we get here quite often. And then once they've established themselves, then we'll take them back out into our new raised garden beds, spend lots of time outside this summer, maintain them, keep them well watered, and hopefully we'll have a really good harvest. But yeah, this is it's turning into quite the hobby. Is there anything you wish to say at all, Lee? Here, I'll come and sit close to you. Hold on.
Big day watching you do all that.
Hold on.
It was a big day.
It was a good day. So at the end of the day, we kind of sit here and reflect and kind of learn what we did right, what we need to improve.
Our beekeeper neighbor next door is here,
Okay.
taking care of the beehives, which are 500 yards away from us, which is nice. We're always inviting the bees to come and pollinate and enjoy.
But now we're going to have our own bees.
That's true. We're talking about it.
We're talking about it. We'll see. I'll
have
to go over and make sure it's going to be okay. But yeah, chickens. Now you know we're going to turn into farmers if you start seeing chickens running around the property.
No.
So one step at a time. I'm working on a German Shepherd first, not chickens.
Or a Frenchie.
Or another Frenchie. But yeah, so as you can see, this is our retired life. We're enjoying the sunshine today, waiting for the garden season to start. Lots of projects on the mend, and stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it every time you come by. And I know we're young. We're starting off. Our subscriptions are kind of growing each week. I appreciate those that are kind of supporting. And if you do like content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, help us grow, and we look forward to talking to you again next week. So bye for now. We'll talk soon. Say goodbye.
Bye now.